And our good friends, let the parade begin. Leading today's parade is one of the vehicles from the Schuylkill County Sheriff. Most of you folks might or might not know, the sheriff is my cousin Joe. He pays me for that. It's election year. Anything for a free ride, Trent. You're right on top of things. Who's sitting next to you? How are you? I'm giving us color for today's parade. American Legion Post 38 Color Guard. Gentlemen, thank you for all you've done for our country, past, present, and future. And something also very dear to our hearts. The American flag. The American Legion Auxiliary and the little kiddos there carrying the banner, thank you on this very, very hot day for making the sacrifice. Let's hear it for these fine ladies. And is with great honor the Grand Marshal of today's parade, Glenn Sadison Jr., chauffeured in a nice blue Corvette, Mr. Dave Wolf, a 45-year member of the Rainbow. Thank you, Dave, for providing the transportation. Give me a plug at the next M-Shot class. The leader of the fire chiefs. Where's Jimmy Reed? Somebody's using his truck again. Who's using your truck, Jim? Well, you did, okay. Hi, Chief. And leading off in the fire truck division, the host of today's parade, past and present, Schuylkill House's old Chevrolet. You talk about an antique, driven by an antique. Hello, Mr. Mike. I know you resemble that remark, but you're keeping the flame alive. The 48 Chevrolet with an orange body. The plot of the Schuylkill Hose, Dalmatians. And what a pair of piercings. Okay, folks, your first history lesson of today. The Schuylkill Hose has a pair of piercers that have risen from the ashes of the second fire in 2007. The first pierce the braces today. Pierce trucks are built in Appleton, Wisconsin. Pierce is a subsidiary of the Oshkosh Corporation, and they're one of the largest manufacturers of custom and commercial fire apparatus in North America. Sporting your traditional silver over red colors, which has been a tradition of the Schuylkill Hose from way back. One of the newest additions to Schuylkill Hose is their aerial slope. was one of the largest vendors and manufacturers of fire apparatus for years, built in Allentown. In 1984, they decided to exit the fire truck business, but continued to supply the chassis until 1994. With Mac's exodus of the fire truck business, thus became the birth of KME. KME acquired most of the dies and tooling from Mac, and they picked up where Mac left off. This particular Mac is what they call a CF style. It was nothing more than their commercial F-Series cab with a canopy added onto it. They were brutal, they were durable, and they were Mac trucks. And we thank Schuylkill for taking the initiative to keep the dive and rescue team alive in our area. Dear friends, this is the P61 or a B model type Mac truck. It was built by Mac, that series truck, from 1954 until 1967, when it was replaced by the R model. That B series truck became the backbone of the fire truck division for Mac trucks. Followed again by the most popular truck, the CF, which is also one of Liberty's.
The CF that is running here for Liberty also originally came from the city of New York. Next to the Liberties is their HME 4-dies engine, followed by their International 4-dies tanker. And finally, for the Liberty Fire Company, this is their Pierce engine, which they purchased off of the Goodwill Fire Company in Persona a few years ago.
Just like automobiles, all of the trucks have a model or a make or a type. This particular truck was referred to as a Pierce Arrow, which again, another Pierce, top-mounted pump style, and that color is called a Floyd Dog. From our friends in the West End, Pine Grove Hose, Hook and Ladder. As they brave the heat and carry their namesake. With Ophelia Highland Band. It is with great honor that we can recognize the Pine Grove Hose, Hook and Ladder under the direction of Mr. David Sadison, Chief Sadison. You do a fine job, sir. Running all the light, bearing the heat with the good old William uniform. First vehicle, fire/rescue, for commercial chassis, and your red car.
Next for the Honda Motorcycle Rider. This is the Liberty's 2014 Pierce. This is an Arrow XT. This is an upgrade model of the Arrow. And it's also referred to as a pump under cab. Very unique looking piece of hardware. This restoration. Next for Pine Grove, the 2005 International New Lexington Tanker. So Pine Grove has some rural areas. This tanker is utilized by areas around the markets.
And as you can see by the banner, Pine Grove Hosts of the Ladder next year will host the annual Schuylkill County Firefighters Convention, August 19th to August 25th. And all of us in the blue shirts will be there. And Englewood brings to us with a huge awesome unit. Job well done. That's the second Pierce to grace their facilities. Fire District 43, Goodwill of Flackville, with the Rosenbauer ladder truck, 43-20. Since 2011. Please don't take it. And here comes that TB landscaping truck again. Division number 2.
I am confused.
From our good friends right next door, Goodwill Fire Company in Cressona. I think the band is getting their second wind before they start up the hill. And as the marquee indicates, Belvedere's alumni, Drum and Bugle Corps of Schuylkill Haven. What would any parade be without a good drum and bugle corps? They are leading the Schuylkill Fire Company of Persona. Goodwill's latest edition of Velocity. Originally built, came from Spring Township, down in Berks County. Tanker. Serving the area once again. Here's their light brush unit. As we all know, Hahn Motors is located right here in Hamburg. They closed their doors December 4th, 1989. Many people from the area worked at Hahn. This particular truck is indicative of the era when Hahn adopted to use what they call a Cincinnati cab. That cab was not built by Hahn. However, the chassis was and the body was. In the early 60s, Hahn Motors was using a chassis built by the Auto Car Truck Company. Then they decided to build their own chassis. They used that cab until 1972. That's when they built what they call the eyebrow cab, and there is one in the parade which we'll show. Hahn, like many other builders, would buy that cab, put it on their own chassis. They were built by the Cincinnati Truck Company, the cab company, thus became what we call them Cincy cabs. So a wealth of history. One more fine point. If you look at the back side of the truck around the cabinets at the top, we call a ball corner. When those trucks were manufactured, it took 5 man-hours to make that corner. One of the things that made Hahn a little pricey. You may move on, Michael. And Chief Emmerich, have a good day. Retire. It's powered by a 617G Waukesha. DA Christine, good afternoon.
Next up are our good friends from the Community Fire Company of New Ringgold. This is their 1973 Seagrave engine, sporting their unique color scheme of yellow over red. They're actually one of the only ones in the state. There's only a couple others with that same color scheme. These next two pieces were purchased at the same time. This is their 1997 Canyon Copper, sporting a top knot. Behind that is the 1997 Freightliner Canyon 3,000-gallon tanker. Rounding out the fleet for New Ringgold is the newest edition, 2014 Ford Canyon brush truck. This is their 1995 Hummer KV brush truck. Behind the Hummer is this monster just recently placed in service, 1990 BMY 5-ton heavy-duty brush truck. Following this 6x6 is Freedensburg 2003.
Hey, turn the air on in there. Oh, the windows are open. Hey, press that to the post on Facebook. Thank you.
And rounding out the Freedensburg fleet, sporting the Schuylkill cars, black and red,
Well, you do clean
is
up.
the 2009
Only for one day.
power engine. Also sporting the
They might look at a good trim, very nice. One of my dear friends, this next vehicle has more history than time will allow us to tell. You're going to get the appreciation. First of all, the truck was driven by Mr. Ben Bennett. He was a former employee of Automotive. That particular truck was built on a Ford chassis, which we in the fire truck business call that commercial truck. The back of the cab back was still a custom body. That truck was built in 1963 for the Auburn Fire Company. It made its way around the state and then finally purchased it back. That particular cabin chassis built by Ford was one of the most popular commercial truck chassis for all of the builders to build on. The truck was originally designed, that cab, in 1958 by the Budd Company in Philadelphia for Mack Motors. That was Mack's first entry into the tilt cab market. In 1961, Ford Motor Company bought that design and produced over 1 million of those trucks, ceasing in 1991. So it's one of the most memorable trucks ever in the fire service in the commercial line. Thank you for slapping, Ed. Have a good day.
Remember that bull number on fire?
And Ned has all the paperwork from factory days to now to back that up.
How fun you had when I joined.
Still going down the other road over there.
Now, my dear friends, the Pottsville Area High School Band leading the entrance of the Pottsville Fire Department. I think it's safe to say the tide rules the roost again. Thank you, everyone. for Pottsville area. And here comes Lindsay. City of Pottsville, Chief Todd March. Quiet Todd. In the first entrance, the good 10, engine 11, by Mr. Gary Whitmire. Hello, Gary. With their famous Warren light bar in the front. The light bar in that style has graced almost every engine that I can remember they had. I believe that's the second K&B to rule the roost in Engine 11's territory. Ladder 21 of Pottsville. Purchased and refurbished with a new brand new Pierce tractor, refurbished LPI line. Or TEA for short, as we call it in the fire service. Okay, my dear friends, this is the first Seagrave entrant of notability. That truck belongs, of course, to Humane in Pottsville. Seagrave started building trucks in 1910, originally in Columbus, Ohio, and eventually moved to Clintonville, Wisconsin, when they were purchased by the FWD Corporation. And it's still one of the top 4 builders in the country. Thank you. Another K&B of Goodwill at Pottsville, and we spoke earlier about colors. Goodwill has had white-colored vehicles way, way back. Bob Gosel, what was the first truck? Well, we know that. How about one after that? The one you were there for the housing for. Okay. That's the second K&B, or the first K&B. The one right before that was Equality. Again, in time, they were always a 2-truck company. Always had a match pair of something. By the time it was on, they only had one. Very nice and dark with white color. Here's your brush truck. They said before, all companies have a support vehicle of some shape or color or size. Another K&E to grace the Pottsville landscape. American Hose in Pottsville. And the winter royalty of Winter Carnival folks. Thank you for taking your time in gracing the program today.
Sweetburg, Upper Marion Township down by King of Prussia. This is their 2015 Ford Expedition. Thanks for coming up, guys.
County Commissioner Gary Hess. Good afternoon, sir.
And he's riding in St. Clair's 1946 Willys Jeep brush truck.
A point of interest, my dear friends. As you notice, this truck does not have a cab on it. In the very early days, well, just relax, George, relax. Nothing to do with you yet. The early days of firefighting, they would not put cabs on the trucks. For the simple reason, as the firefighters were en route, they had 180-degree visibility. They could see what they were getting into. As time went on, our people got smart, and for the safety and well-being, the cabs went back on. This particular is an R Series International, which back in its day was one of the most popular conventional commercial trucks to build on. That truck is almost as old as that guy in the tailboard. Christine, how are you, honey? George, how are you, sir? Enjoy the rest of the day. That one is one of the trucks of the Schuylkill County Historical Society.
Next in line from the Rescue Fire Company of Schuylkill in Northumberland County, this is their 2011 K&E ladder truck.
How's Candy? Shut up.
Following Schuylkill, the Health Fire Company with the 2008 Freightliner Midwest tanker. Midwest is a tanker builder that we don't see a lot of here in the state of Pennsylvania.
From our state representatives, Mike Tobias, Jerry Knowles, Mayor Mike Devlin. Good, how are you? Hey Mike, welcome to Schuylkill Haven. That's a match pair right there. Too bad, Jerry. We love you. TV Landscaping again, division number 3.
The emergency room visits quadrupled in the past year because of problems utilized.
Leading off, Mahoney City, the Mahoney City Fire Department Marching Guard. Let's hear it for these folks braving this hot weather. Mahoney City Fire Department under leadership of Chief Danny Marco. I think Frank was there for the housing of that carriage.
From the Humane Fire Company in Monterey City, this is their 2004 Spartan Crimson engine. Followed by their 2001 Ford Excursion, Randy. Also from Monterey City, the Citizens Fire Company number 2. 2003 Pierce engine and that eye-catching deep red color scheme. This here is a Pierce Lance model. Always a 1991 Mack area slope. This originally saw service in Upper Saucon Township down outside of Allentown. Still sporting the red, white, and blue stripes behind the cab there.
Remember that was in Central State.
And also coming down on the ashes, Washington Hidden Ladder in Monroe City. This is the 1997 Steamboat ladder truck. They purchased this after their other was destroyed in a fire during the Schuylkill County Convention that morning, and this originally served with the Southampton Fire Company down in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. The newest piece to Monroe City is the Good American Hose Company. This is their 2016 Rosenbauer tanker pumper. If I'm not mistaken, this color scheme is sporting the school's colors. Yes, school's colors of gold over black. Very eye-catching. And from the West End Fire Company in Monroe City. This is their 2006 Canyon Mini engine. Followed by their 1999 KME rescue truck, which was recently refurbished by Fireline Equipment. Next for West End is the 2007 Dodge Lampoon rescue truck. Calling the Water Rescue Truck. Finally, for West End, it's a 1996 GMC Squad, also called a Mojo. Now, the whole borough of Monroe City has one fire police unit. This is 1984 Ford Horton, which originally came from, if I'm not mistaken, Swedesburg.
Let's give this man a plug, Michael Pate. Hi, Huey. It's not your uncle, is it? Let it rip, Mike. Short, pudgy nose, Columbia hose, engine 702 of Central States, body and HME chassis. Aerial scope. Time was the only company you could get a scope built with through active franchise. Now you're going to get it through Secret. Closed cab CF. Most of those trucks were built with open canopy cabs. And as time went on and safety rules got more and more strict, the truck there in front of us, the West End, originally had a V6 gas engine in it. It was repowered with a small V6 International diesel. This truck tells a classic story. This was the last cab style Haunt Motors used prior to their demise. Under the direction of Mr. Mike Wolf riding in the cab, he and his boy got that truck and refurbished it themselves. This is probably one of the most preserved Haunt trucks still in service that I know of. It had all the bells and whistles on when it came off the assembly line. Very close to the end. Mike, congratulations, very nicely done. You may move on. The only perks in today's parade were garments.
From St. Clair Borough, Phoenix Fire Company number 4. This is your 1981 Mack. This is a midliner chassis. It's more or less a Renault cab. This was purchased from the Southward Fire Company in Tamaqua. 1996 Ford push truck, replaced in service not too long ago, and purchased it used from a fire company up near Syracuse, New York.
Division 4 kicked off by a truck we haven't seen today, TB Landscaping, truck number 4. They're escorting the Minersville Fire and Rescue. There's a fire under the direction of Mr. Chief Eric Eichenberg. A couple of years ago, we had the pleasure to do the county convention for Eric's company. Minersville Fire and Rescue leading off with their special vehicle. Next thing in the wave of the future is the UTV. We'd like to discuss a little bit about this vehicle. Emergency 1 trucks are made in Florida. Their being came about 1974. The owner had a vision to make trucks of aluminum that they wouldn't rust like steel. Thus was born Emergency 1 fire apparatus. They went through a series of changes over the years of ownership. They are currently owned by a company called the REV Group, R-E-V, which is also the parent company to KME and Ferrara Fire Equipment. They're one of the largest vehicle manufacturers in the country with about 20 different names or brands under their label. They're known for aluminum and many funky designs over the years. They also have an aerial at home that has one of the first aluminum aerials, something E1 pioneered. Thank you.
Next up, everybody, so far, best news, the 2012 KME Predator engine. Predator is another one of KME's models, along with the Panther and the older Excel models. Finally, from Minersville Fire and Rescue, this is the 2007 American France three-mile tower. They purchased this used from the Lambertville, New Jersey Fire Department. Next up from Minersville is the new Minersville Fire Company. This is the 2005 GC. Very versatile for the smaller streets. Buttersville's newest edition, a 1991 Pierce Dash Pumper, and purchased used from the Goodwill Fire Company in Persona. That's why it's sporting white over yellow. And the black sheet, second from the Fire Company, this is the 2007 H&E pumper with a very unique black over lime green color scheme. Big round of applause for Luke Steiner, Memorial SPCA. The Good Tent Fire Company of Llewellyn. This is their 1870 hose cart. Luckily, there's not too many big hills in town. Llewellyn's UTV, a 2011 Bobcat. Followed by their 2009 Ford Rosenbauer Utility. Combination brush and utility. Their latest edition, they just acquired 1995 Spartan Salisbury. I'm gonna call it a rescue engine. It originally saw service with Applegarth, New Jersey. And Llewellyn's 1994 Pierce Lance engine. This was also purchased used. And finally, for a good intent, this is the Sterling Central States tanker pumper.
Indian Teresa, how are you? Welcome to Schuylkill Haven.
And some more Schuylkill County Fair royalty. Good afternoon, ladies. One of our friends in Berks County down in the Schuylkill Fire Company. Newtown sporting their Pierce, and the first Pierce Arrow tabs. Very early design. That's the water. It's 1946. Again, as we call it, commercial chassis. '46 Ford, powerhouse of the trucking industry in its day. Ford custom apparatus was an alternative to getting something that would do the job. Now here is a relic. 1928 Seagrave truck. Definitely one that was built in Columbus, Ohio.
Sounds, big yellow horse. Leading off Division 5. TV live station.
Good, you got the air on in there. There's no such thing.
Schuylkill Fire and Rescue. That's the 2017 Pierce Enforcer engine. Schuylkill Township also used to use the posted in the Rutherford. This is the 1996 Seagrave engine. This certainly is a workhorse. Attack 45 for Solterra. 2002 four guys lead. Got the front on the turret. Finally for Rutherford, their 2004 F-250 utility. Coming in the trailer. All these companies so far in this division are from Dauphin County, out near Harrisburg. Pax 10.
I'm recording anyways.
2011 Pierce Arrow XT. You gotta love that rotor.
And living with tradition, the South Ward Fire Company of Tamaqua with their marching unit. Have a nice round for those guys putting up with the heat.
Uncle Frankie.
Let's hear it, folks. Tamaqua's the latest additions. 2017 Pierce by brand for the South Ward. That's on a Sabre chassis. Those Sabres, although Pierce is based in Appleton, Wisconsin, they also build the trucks down below.
That one right there has one of everything. What an amazing little truck. It's an old truck, it's little, and you look at it and go,
Squad 786.
That's hot.
Added trucks. South Ward's pickup.
there's a 12 kW generator in it. All kinds of stuff.
East End of Tamaqua. Here's the company between here and there. Fire District 27, Tuscarora. Come with the same gang. Very nicely laid out truck. I had the pleasure to judge that many times, of course not today. Very nicely done. District 27 Support Rescue Vehicle. From our good friends from Shenandoah. They had to bring Joe Kays along to show them how to get home. Hi, Joe. There's Skippy in the back. Oh, you have the whole house full. We'll catch you later. That's the big goal. General's answer to your block. They bring the water. Rushing 8-7. Real quick story here. This is a truck called a Ward 79 Limited. That was the after effect of a company called Ward LaFrance. Ward LaFrance was a nephew to the company that built American LaFrance and broke out on his own back in the 30s. When American LaFrance and Ward LaFrance both went down together, a company refurbished and brought the name back in 1979. Therefore, they were called a Ward 79 Limited. This one's built on a Spartan chassis with a custom Ward body on the back. Very short-lived, it didn't last too long. Friends from Fire District 30.
Mark Martin, the open cap, they have it for it.
This way with it too far, I want to select one next time. So, look at this truck, little guy.
He's just showing off his driving skills. The last time I saw someone like that was when Franks and Gary was bringing me home.
Boom! Falls on his head.
As we begin our sixth and last division of today's parade, division number 6. Now this is parade music. The Hawk Mountain Highlanders from right here in West Brunswick Township. The Loader family at the controls. Hats off to the Highlanders. What a nice round for the Hawk Mountain Highlanders. That was a job well done. Their host company, Deer Lake and West Brunswick, sporting their new tanker puppet. This is Mike Strauss behind the wheel. One of the recipients of two new vehicles, and one from the one behind the puppet. Followed by the Rosenbauer. Nicely done. It's a good up in those two units. Rosenbauer is a European name that came to this country and thought up a company manufacturing. Brought up the Denver Fire Truck Company, Central States. I come to one umbrella, Rosenbauer.
Coming up next is the Tremont Fire Company, pulling their 1878 Silsby hose cart. I'd like to say you're almost done, but I don't know. It's all up there for good. Tremont's engine, a 1996 KME. This is one of the earlier models with the squared off version cab. Next up from Tremont, it's a 1994 Pierce Rescue Truck. They purchased this from Schuylkill, Maryland a few years ago. Definitely an upgrade from the rescue truck they have.
Okay, folks, as we get near the parade, we got one or two more history lessons. Tremont's American to France, a 900 series. American to France trucks were built in Elmira, New York. They lasted for many years. Actually, 1910 was their entry into the business. As time went on, they went through a series of ownership changes. They closed the Elmira plant, took it to Bluefield, West Virginia, and eventually down into the Carolinas, and eventually the company went away. Right before this was the 700 series. American to France, like all of the rest of the truck builders in that time, decided to go to a forward control truck. That is with the operator sitting ahead of the engine for many, many reasons instead of a conventional cab truck. All the companies and builders followed suit, Seagrave, LaFrance, and so on. Thus became the style of cabs that we have in today's service. The 700, 900 series cabs are very similar. 900 was wider and a closed roof and dual headlights versus single. So much for American to France. Thank you.
twice
spoke
the
before
size,
about white
twice the
trucks.
size of a
This truck
700.
originally saw service at the Goodwill Fire Company in Pottsville, and it's now the Gerard Hose in Gerardville. Smart cabin chassis with a quality body. The quality was one that went away with the acquisition of Spartan.
Next up, Quick and Isco from Dauphin County. This is their 1994 Spartan Salisbury rescue truck. They purchased in Bedford, Pennsylvania, and I see it's for sale once again.
History
Hello, that thing.
as far as Hahn Motors. We spoke before about an eyebrow cab, and that's exactly what that is. Hahn brought that cab design out in 1972, and their next cab design and final design was the one that went before us. These particular trucks are referred to as the HCP series. They're very popular. It went through a series of changes. The jump seat area was made wider, and then it became a closed cab until they transitioned into the last cab in their final days of production. Thank you.
Next up is Mike Reese's 1954 GMC reverse bumper. Following them is the Landingville Fire Company with the 2005 Ford brush truck. Next to Landingville is a 2009 GMC Rosenbauer attack unit. All the rigs are white with the green color. Striping has been that way for years. Next is Landingville's 2006 Haney tank pumper, followed by the most well-known Landingville, the 1982 Hahn tanker pumper. The 20 million lease belt with a tandem axle.
One of the most unique colors in today's parade is the color hose. Arnold, when that truck was built, Pierce mixed that paint and it was titled Clover Green. I had the pleasure and the privilege to help those folks spec that truck out right after our concluded in 1993.
Next up, the New England Fire Company of Walker Township, outside of Tamaqua. This is their 1997 KME pumper they purchased from Fountain Inn, South Carolina, not too long ago. West Penn Fire Company number 1, 1989 Ford E1 engine with top pumper, followed by the 1986 Chevy brush truck.
As we come to a close, bringing up some of the trucks of the Schuylkill County Fire Historical Society are 2 Century Series American LaFrance trucks. American LaFrance at the time was the backbone. And speaking of backbones, hiya Blackie! How are you, Blackie? There's one of the oldest mainstays of Schuylkill County Fire, along with the guy in the tiller. How are you? How are you? Or retired truck. Of course, here's a Tamaqua
Guy lives in the lake.
That's on for people up there preserving our history.
On the Brad Club, he's gonna kill me.
My dear friends and citizens of this town of Schuylkill Haven, my fellow judges, my fellow announcer Todd for the first time up.
We want to thank you very much for coming out today and enjoying this with us.
As the sign says, the Schuylkill Hose number 2 wishes to say thank you, and they do, from the bottom of their hearts, for participating and supporting such a wonderful organization. There's the head of traffic, Chuck Reed, on the job. My dear friends, good afternoon. And I'd like to say goodbye, but until the next time, have a good afternoon.
Yeah. Ain't over yet.